What's up, adventurers? Welcome back to Crazy Passport. Today, we are in the one and only Times Square, right in the heart of New York City. This place is world famous for its lights, energy, and non-stop action, so let's take a walk and explore. If you've ever dreamed of visiting NYC, this is where you need to be. It's like the crossroads of the world. People from everywhere come here to experience the chaos and beauty of the Big Apple. Just look at these massive LED screens. From ads for the latest movies and Broadway shows to fashion brands, Times Square is always shining bright. It's like sensory overload, but in the best possible way. Did you know that Times Square is one of the most expensive places in the world to advertise? What I love about Times Square is you never know what you'll find: street performers, people in crazy costumes, and live music all around. There's always something happening. Right here, you're surrounded by Broadway theaters. Some of the best musicals and plays in the world are just a few steps away. Shows like The Lion King, Wicked, and Hamilton are performed just down these streets. Times Square has been featured in tons of movies, from Spider-Man swinging through these streets to action-packed scenes in The Avengers. It's a place that feels like it belongs in the movies. What's amazing about Times Square is the diversity. You'll meet people from all over the world right here, soaking in the same view. It's really a global hub. Whether you're a foodie or a shopper, Times Square has something for everyone. You've got everything from big flagship stores like the M&M store, Disney store, to unique street food. A little fun fact for you, Times Square wasn't always this lively. Back in the early 1900s, this area was called Longacre Square, but when the New York Times set up its headquarters here, it became Times Square, and the rest is history. Tips when traveling to New York to avoid scams and save money for first-time travelers. If you're planning a trip to New York City and you're worried about falling into common tourist traps or overspending, I've got you covered. In today's video, I'll be sharing my top tips for avoiding scams and saving money while still enjoying everything NYC has to offer. Trust me, this is the ultimate guide to experiencing the city like a savvy local, so stay tuned. Let's dive into the first topic: avoiding scams. New York is an amazing city, but like any major tourist destination, there are a few traps you need to look out for. Fake tickets and street performers. First up, beware of people selling tickets to Broadway shows or major attractions on the street. Often, these are scams or overpriced. Instead, head to authorized sellers or check out TKTS booths for legit, discounted tickets. Number 2, Times Square characters. In Times Square, you'll see people dressed as popular characters like Spider-Man or Elmo. They're more than happy to take a picture with you. But remember, they'll expect a tip, sometimes more than you think. So if you're not up for it, just say no thanks and keep walking. Number 3, CD and bracelet scams. Another scam to watch out for is the free CD or bracelet scam. Someone might hand you something, say it's a gift, but once you take it, they'll start demanding money. Just a friendly tip: don't take anything from people handing out stuff on the street. Number 4, taxi overcharging. Taking a taxi in NYC can be convenient, but make sure the meter is running. Some drivers, especially from the airport, might try to overcharge. I recommend using Uber, Lyft, or the subway to get around instead. Number 5, street food scams. NYC is known for its amazing street food, but be careful of vendors who don't display prices. Always ask for the price upfront to avoid being overcharged. And if you want reliable, delicious street food, look for popular food trucks with good reviews. Now, let's talk about transportation, because getting around NYC can add up fast if you're not careful. Subway tips. The subway is your best friend in NYC. Grab an unlimited Metro card. If you're staying for a few days, it's the most cost-effective way to travel. Also, pro tip: don't get into an empty subway car. It's usually empty for a reason. Walk whenever you can. Another great way to save money is by walking. NYC is a walkable city, and sometimes it's even faster to walk than to take a cab, especially in busy areas like Midtown. Plus, you'll get to see more of the city. Avoiding expensive airport taxes. If you're flying into JFK Airport, Skip the pricey airport taxes and take the air train to the subway. It's way cheaper and gets you into Manhattan for just a few bucks. NYC has tons of free and affordable things to do, so there's no need to spend a fortune on attractions. Number 1, parks and public spaces. Central Park, the High Line, and Bryant Park are all totally free and give you some of the best views and experiences in the city. Whether you're taking a stroll or just relaxing, these places offer a little escape from the hustle and bustle. Number 2, museums with suggested donations. Some of NYC's top museums, like the Met, have suggested donations, which means you can pay whatever you can afford for entry. Keep that in mind if you're on a budget but still want to see some amazing art. Number 3, free museum days. Many museums have free or discounted days, so check online before you visit to make sure you're getting the best deal. For example, MoMA is free on Friday nights. Number 4, free walking tour. There are also free walking tour where you pay what you wish at the end. It's a great way to explore different neighborhoods with a knowledgeable guide. Let's talk food because you definitely don't need to spend a ton to eat well in NYC. Cheap local eats. You can grab iconic NYC food for cheap if you know where to go. Try a slice of pizza from Joe's Pizza or a bagel from a local bakery. They're not just delicious, but super affordable. Happy hours and lunch specials. Another way to save money on meals is by hitting up happy hours and lunch specials. Many restaurants offer discounted food and drinks during these times, so take advantage. Avoiding tourist trap restaurants. Stay away from restaurants in major tourist areas like Times Square. They're usually overpriced and not great quality. Instead, explore places in neighborhoods like the East Village or Williamsburg in Brooklyn for more authentic and reasonably priced food. Finally, let's talk shopping and budgeting tips. Discount shopping. If you're into shopping, don't miss discount department stores like TJ Maxx or Century 21 if it's reopened for deals on designer brands. And keep an eye out for sample sales. They're common in NYC, and you can score some amazing bargains. Smart souvenir shopping. Instead of grabbing overpriced souvenirs from Times Square, head to Chinatown or local markets for better deals and more unique items. Use discount apps. Apps like Groupon can save you a ton of money on dining, attractions, and experiences. Make sure to check for deals before you go. Top places to visit in New York. First up, the Statue of Liberty. This symbol of freedom has been welcoming visitors for over a century. Take the ferry from Battery Park to get up close to Lady Liberty and learn all about the immigrant experience at Ellis Island. Next, escape the city buzz in the heart of Manhattan at Central Park. Whether you're up for a leisurely stroll, renting a bike, or just kicking back on the grass, this park has something for everyone. Don't forget the Empire State Building. Head to the top for some of the best views of the New York City skyline, especially around sunset or at night when the city lights come alive. Of course, we can't talk about New York without mentioning Times Square. It's known for its dazzling billboards and electric atmosphere. It's also the epicenter of Broadway, so if you love theater, this is the place to be. For a more unique experience, check out the High Line, an elevated park built on a former railway track. It's a perfect spot for a peaceful walk and offers some amazing views of the city's architecture and the Hudson River. And there you have it, some of the top attractions in New York City. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, these spots are sure to make your trip unforgettable.